Right. We're in business. Wednesday is going well. I had a great time last night teaching a mindset workshop. It was called the Go Big Mindset for Luminary. Luminary is one of our partners on the Million Dollar Women Summit. They are a co-working space in New York City. Right now, not so many people they are co-working, but they have taken their show online with virtual Luminary. And we're members at Million Dollar Women. So last night I taught about 25 women the big mindset. And so I thought I would open today with sharing a couple of the things that we talked about last night with the Go Big mindset. And if you've ever done any mindset work, then you know that one thing a lot of mindset coaches talk about is how your thoughts result in what you have in your life. This is sometimes described as thoughts become things. Maybe you've heard that before. Thoughts become things. If you've ever read any books by Mike Dooley, Dooley, this is a big concept of his. And if you ever saw the movie The Secret, they talked a lot about this. Thoughts become things. Now, I know that when I heard that, I was like, well, that sounds cool and all, but if I imagine like I have a margarita, right? That's a thought. I would like to have a margarita in my hand. I'm not going to suddenly have a margarita. I wish it worked that way, but it doesn't. So what does that really mean? Thoughts become things. And I went on a little journey to break that down and figure out how that really works. So let me break it down for you, how thoughts become things. It works like this. If you have a thought over and over again, it soon becomes a belief. And then that belief has either positive or negative emotions attached to it. Every belief has either positive or negative emotions attached to it. Then once you have a belief like I'm really good at making money, or I'm terrific at public speaking, or I love being the boss of my own company, that belief has this positive emotion, right? Those are all positive things. And then you take a lot of action around those things because you're confident about it, you're excited about it. If, let's say, your positive belief is that you're really good at sales, and that has a positive emotion, then you're going to make a lot of sales calls. You're going to send out a lot of newsletters. You're going to go on a lot of meetings. You're going to take risks to get new clients. And then the results are you're going to make a lot of sales. So I made up a little acronym for this. It's called TBEAR, T-B-E-A-R. And TBEAR stands for thoughts become beliefs, which have a positive or negative emotion attached to them. That's the E. And then the A is you take action based on your belief with the positive or negative emotion, and then you get the results. And that is what's underneath this idea you might have heard about of thoughts become things. And it's really, really powerful once you start to use it in your own life to dial back on the results you have and say, hey, where did these results come from? Like if there's anything in your life right now that you're not super happy with, maybe it's the amount of money you have. Maybe it's your ability to buy a home. Maybe it's the impact you're having on the world. Maybe this COVID-19 has got you thinking, you know what? I always wanted to do something really big and important and make a difference. And if I don't do it now, when am I going to do it? I have this time at home. Maybe now's the time. So whatever results you have that you're not crazy about, I guarantee that if you apply TBEAR to them, thoughts become beliefs, have a positive or negative emotion attached to them, lead you to take action, get your results, you will find out that there's some kind of a thought buried deep in your psyche that is leading you to get these results. And it's very easy to do this on other people, by the way. Oh, hi, Valencia. Hi, Getlita-ology. Hi, Maddie. It's very easy to do this on other people. Let's say you have a friend who's always complaining that it's so hard to date. Maybe she's a female friend, she's single, and she's saying, all the good ones are taken, all the men seem to be jerks, I'll never meet anybody. Well, that's the result she's getting, right? She's not meeting guys she likes, she's not finding love. If you dial it back and apply the TBEAR, you go all the way back to the T, well, the thought is men are jerks, all the good ones are taken. And if you think that over and over again enough times, it becomes a belief. Now, that particular belief, does that have a positive or a negative emotion attached to it? Yeah, negative. So what kind of actions are you going to take? That's the A of TBEAR. If your belief is all the good ones are taken, what's the point of dating? Are you going to put yourself on a bunch of dating sites? Are you going to go on a lot of dates? Are you going to put yourself out there? Not really. You're probably not going to take much action. And the action you do take, you're going to bring that negative belief to it. And then the results we already talked about in the beginning is you're not finding love. So maybe try applying this to someone else, not to their face, but just do it on your own. Take out a journal or a piece of paper and write TBEAR up and down vertical. And then take somebody you know in your life who doesn't have something they want. Maybe it's a sibling who's always complaining they're not making enough money. Maybe it's someone who's super creative but somehow never puts their work out there. And apply T-Bear to them and see what their thoughts are that they're having over and over again. You could probably guess at it. And then how those become beliefs. What's the emotion attached to that? Hi, Dana. Hi, Mr. J.U. What's the emotion attached to that? And then what are the actions and results that they're taking as a result of that? And I see Emily's with us on Facebook. Great to see you, Emily. And she's like, yes, T-Bear. I teach this a lot in my community. And it's a wonderful way of getting new results quickly. If you're looking to get some new results in your life, whether it's making more money, finding more love, getting along better with your family, anything you would like to change in your life, apply T-Bear. Hi, Milen. And soon you'll see that if you change your thoughts, your beliefs will change. And the emotions attached to those beliefs will change. You'll take different actions and you'll get different results. If you want to learn more about this, I have a podcast all about T-Bear in my $1 Million Mind podcast. So please go check that out. We're on iTunes, we're on Stitcher, we're on Google, anywhere podcasts can be found. You can find the $1 Million Mind podcast and look for the episode called T-Bear. All right, that was super fun to share that with you today. And the women in my workshop last night at Luminary loved that and started applying it right away. So I wanted to make sure you guys could use T-Bear too. Let's see who is ready to go live today with me so we can get a little coaching going. Dana, if you'd like to go live, let me know. I see Mindy's with us. Hi, Mindy. Mindy from Little Red Planet. Maybe you could go live with us today. You guys can make a request to me to go live, or you can, I just think I switched the screen. You guys are looking at the curtains now. That's no good. Or you can, or I can ask you to go live. Hang on. I got to get my screen back. Okay, well, this is where it would be nice to have tech support in your home. Oh, did I find it? I found it! Hooray! Okay. I'm now running my own home studio every single time. I used to have all this support when I went live. I miss you, Maddie. I miss you, Nicole. But no, now I've got to figure it out on my own. If I can do it, you can do it. If you're not yet going live, then again, if I can do it, you can do it. Hi, Celine. So if someone would like to go live with me, now is the time. I'm going to do some live coaching. We have with us Mindy, who runs Little Red Planet, which is a fantastic children's clothing store in Williamsburg, New York. And she's been so creative about keeping her business open and up and running during this time. She's shipping boxes of clothes to families. A lot of people have moved out of their homes in the New York City area. They didn't take all their stuff with them. So they're able to order boxes of clothes from Mindy. And then she does a live coaching session with them. I think that's so smart, where the parents and the kids can get her advice about what to keep, what not to keep. And hey, who isn't looking for another fun activity at home right now? I think I should do that with Mindy. Maybe I can fit into the girls' large. Maybe Dana or Mindy, one of you could go live, or Milen, who runs the chocolate company. You guys have met Milen before. She's now making it possible for people to buy chocolate for themselves and also to gift chocolate to healthcare workers who are on the front lines of COVID-19, keeping us safe, allowing us to stay home. So if you want to go live with me, Milen, you can come live and talk. Here we go. And it looks like Mindy requested, but I'm not getting your request. I'm not quite sure why. Let's see. I'm going to try again. I'm pressing you. It says hide live video from Little Red Planet. No, that's not what we want. Well, if Maddie knows how to help me from home, then maybe she could give me some indication. And if not, I'm not quite sure how to make that happen. So let's keep trying. I was waiting on Milen, but I'm going to cancel that. Maybe when I cancel it, just try one more time, if you would, Mindy, because I had reached out to Milen and maybe it just was taking a minute. Let's see. Aha. Oh, I think I figured it out. Yes, I figured it out. Mindy's coming on. Very excited.
I look horrible. Oh my God.
No, you do not. You look fantastic. I love your glasses.
No, I just did a facial with a honey mask. My face is
Awesome.
see?
No, you're like glowing. You look so healthy.
I'm literally sitting here meditating. This is my situation. I
Beautiful.
love my meditation books.
I love
I
it.
got
What's
my
your meditation
prayer
book?
books.
Hold up the meditation book. I want to see which one you have.
This is Biet Simkin. She's actually one of my clients. I clothe her daughter.
So cool. I love the name of that. Don't just sit there. That's hilarious.
Yeah, no, she's amazing. She just did a huge summit with Wanderlust. She is written up in Vogue. She's great. She breaks it down. She makes it more vernacular. She makes it more real. She makes meditation not seem so scary. Her whole first chapter is a metaphor of the movie Forrest Gump. And Forrest Gump.
I remember Forrest Gump. Tom Hanks.
This
Yeah.
movie, right? So there's Forrest Gump, there's Lieutenant Dan, and then there's Jenny, right? So she said your spirit, your true self is Forrest Gump. Jenny is your mind. No, Lieutenant Dan is your mind, always trying to fight being the negative and the negative and the negative. But the true you is Forrest Gump, pure, simple, kind, and always, if you let him come through, he'll do the most miraculous things in this lifetime. Your true self, your spirit.
I love that. And it's true that part of meditation is just getting back to your, inner core self, right?
It's clearing all the blockages.
Yes. Well, I'll have to think of Forrest Gump tomorrow morning when I meditate. I've never done that before.
But I love, I've been meditating for 8 years now, and I've read every single meditation book out there, but Biet happened to be a client of mine.
That's so cool. Well, wait, I'd love, Mindy, if you would tell everybody how is it going with Little Red Planet? Because you've been sending these boxes. We want to hear about it.
This is a difficult time. I'm not going to lie. It's not like
for everyone.
All of a sudden, the money's just rolling in. I'm trying to keep the lights on at this point.
Totally.
And in order to do that, like today, I'm going to go in and I'm going to do an IGTV video, and I'm going to go through my sale rack. And I'm going to show every single piece that is transitional for spring, summer that's on sale. Because sometimes people can't find it on the website, or they're not sure. You have to literally, like you said, over communicate.
Yes.
You have to bang it over the head.
Yes. And plus, it's more fun to see you do it, right? I want to watch that. I think that'd be fun. And I don't even have a girl.
I actually had a healer that I was working with, and she said, you need to become a home shopping network at this point.
That's great advice. Yes.
She said you need to hold the clothes up. You need to show the people these clothes. You have to pretend like you're in your store and it's a normal Saturday, and your customers are coming in and you're talking to them and engaging with them and selling to them and working your magic like you do in your store.
And Dana at Doodle Doos is writing, great idea. I've been trying to introduce you two for so long, and now you're both on this live, which is hilarious.
Honestly, I just got a call from a friend of mine down in Alabama, in their little tiny town. They are literally using their Instagram feed like a full-on, there's a shop now feature, right, on Instagram. You can shop directly off of Instagram. We all know that, right? You have to get your products up on Facebook. You have to get your shop now page up and running.
Yes.
And you have to link it. Once you do this, they are literally selling all of their clothes right off of Instagram every day. They're just posting.
I love that.
It's run like a home shopping network.
Well, look, people are home. They're looking for things to do. Not everyone is impacted to the same degree by the shutdown, right? I mean, the 1%, they're bored, but they're not worried about paying their rent, right? So there are still people who are shopping, who are looking for exciting experiences, and that's where we have to focus our energies, is how to, be there when they're looking. So I love what you're doing. What was the hardest part of getting it all up and running?
So for me, I've kind of been working towards this before COVID happened. I have to say, it didn't just happen all overnight, and I was like, oh yeah, let's do this. I literally have been doing this launch of the Little Red Package.
I remember we talked about this a few months ago, so you were kind of revving it up. Yes.
But me, typical me, was waiting till it was perfect. And I wasn't ready to launch it. And literally, the 14th was a busy Saturday. I didn't feel right about having customers in my store. I wanted to close the very next day. I know a lot lot of people stayed open another week after that. It did not feel socially responsible. I have a lot of international people in my store. I sat down and I wrote my mailer and it just poured out. I was like, okay, this is launching. We're calling it the Little Red Package. I don't even have to write packaging. I'm just like, this is what we're doing. Bear with me. And I even wrote in my mailer, this is not perfect. We're getting, but here's the basic, you know.
Yes.
Email me, we'll talk, we'll do. And then I added in, when COVID started about the second week in, I started offering the FaceTime run-throughs. Because my customers are all eco-friendly too. Nobody wants to waste. Nobody wants to be shipping packages back and forth.
Right, of things they're going to return anyway.
We want to get it right. We want
Yes.
to get it right. And in order to be
I love that. But you know what, Mindy, I think so many people can relate to your idea that, you know, you wanted to do this, you started doing it, but it wasn't perfect, so you didn't launch it. And I think one of the silver linings of what's going on right now, and we're always looking for silver linings in this community because, right, we all know what's wrong. There's plenty wrong. Let's look for those silver linings, is that for those of us who do suffer a little bit from perfectionism, and, you know, I'm a recovering perfectionist, I'm the first one to say, this pandemic has given us the green light to try things that we felt were not quite ready. And so if you're listening to Mindy and thinking, you know, I had this thing I always wanted to do, but I felt like I wasn't ready in my business. Maybe it's fixing your website and finally putting all your, you know, products and services up there. Maybe it's launching a whole new program that you've been thinking about, but it wasn't quite right. Mindy has just the right idea, which is like, just put it out there anyway. The bar is lower right now, right? No one's expecting perfection. We're all in a way more vulnerable state as it is, right? You don't feel like your clients are expecting you to be perfect, do you, Mindy?
No, and actually, I think having a dialogue with your clients in this time is really important to learn and improve on your systems. Hey guys, how can this be done better? What are you feeling? You know, oh shoot, I didn't put the pre-printed label and I emailed it to you. Maybe you don't have a printer. Like little.
Yes, you can learn with them, right? You can learn as you go.
Getting the feedback. I'm also using this time to send out tests to my friends about the user experience on my website. I'm sending it out to 5 good friends that I trust, like that are mothers, and saying, hey guys, how is the UX on this site? Do you guys like it?
I love that.
Now is the time to make those changes.
Yes.
You know, and I've rebooted my POS system for when the stores open again. Like now is the time to really make those changes because we've got nothing to lose, and you're not gonna lose any valuable sales.
So let me try to sum this up for people who are watching. So what Mindy's been doing with Little Red Planet, which is in Williamsburg, Brooklyn, is she did, you know, shut down pretty early on just to protect her customers and clients, and of course her own family. She has a beautiful daughter and wanted to make sure everyone stayed safe. And then she activated this sending packages program that she'd been kind of playing with, toying with, but it wasn't quite right. It wasn't perfect. And she just named it. It's called Little Red Packages. Did I get that right?
The Little Red Package.
The Little Red Package. So she
curated consignment boxes.
I got it. She hand curates these consignment boxes and she sends them to her clients, and then she kept talking to them about what would make it better, and a lot of them wanted to get her opinions and not waste by, you know, sending things back and forth. So then she added in a video live component where they're looking at the things together and which things should I put in the box. So that makes it even more valuable for them. So that has been bringing in some cash during this difficult time. Of course, it doesn't replace all of her walk-in clientele that she had at her beautiful location, but at least it's keeping her top of mind with her customers. And she's also using this time to strengthen her infrastructure, which is something so many women need to do still. Working on her POS system, point of sale, asking people to look at her website and say, hey, does this UX work? Do you feel like this is the best way to navigate my website? These are all things that everybody in our community can be doing. And I know many of you are doing these things, but it sounds like Mindy's like really at the forefront here. So thank you for sharing all this. This is super inspiring. I love it.
I'm all charged up. I don't sit still very well.
Except for when you're meditating.
Yes, look at my meditation book.
That's why you need that meditation book.
I will say, if you can get still, the ideas come. They cannot stop. It's important. If your mind is full, you cannot be mindful.
It's so true. And you know, you also cited something we shared in one of our free workshops when we said, look for the opportunities. It was called Finding the Opportunities. And we said, it's time to over communicate with your clients, right? Because they're busy. There's a million emails coming in. So I'd be curious how you came up with your strategy of, a lot of people are wondering about this.
Like, one other
yes.
thing that I did that I think everybody can do right now. I noticed a lot of people are jumping on IGTV, which is amazing. The video. Everybody wants to see people. They want to hear people talk.
Yes, and feel connected.
The still life photos are sort of obsolete at this point. Everyone likes the stories. Everyone likes the quick fix wrapped up in a bow. But one of the things that I was able to do, oh gosh, and I'm losing my train of thought.
We were just talking about over communicating and how you picked that you'd be doing lives or sending out emails.
I reached out to some of my clients that had huge followings, and I said, I know you guys usually charge for something like this, but can I send you a package? Can I send you some clothes? And you do a sweet little story in your
Oh, I love that.
And all of them, even including Biette, who wrote this book, all of them came back and said, we're not going to charge you.
Oh, that's so beautiful.
We want to help support your brand. We love your brand. So I gave them an outfit in exchange for a post or a story. Now these can upwards cost thousands of dollars if you go to.
Of course, no, influencers are very expensive, and yes, usually.
But in this time, everybody should be helping everybody out.
Completely.
I swear to God, people who are capitalizing right now, it just bums me out because everybody should be helping.
Well, and I'm glad you said that, because one thing you're really exemplifying that we've been talking about a lot in the $1 Million Women community is how can you serve right now, not market, but serve. So look at your clients and customers and think, how can I serve them? Because clearly if they were working with you before all this, it's because you were helping with something that they needed help with. And that's still true. We can still help our clients and customers. Now they might have slightly different issues than they did before, and it's on us to find out what those issues are. Did you use that framework when you were trying to figure out what could I do?
The Little Red package is exactly framed as that. I'm helping busy moms. Women are tearing their hair out with little kids, right?
Oh, I know. I really feel for the people with the small children at home.
I know. Marley is 14. She goes to a room all day.
Yeah.
That's why
I know. My kids are 12 and 15. They help me set up for my lives. They're being amazing. Emmett just ordered me a modem so that my internet can be faster. But those little kids. Exactly.
Below the age of 10. So these moms are literally losing it. Getting a package of clothes that they can try on their kids and not even have to think. I am making it as easy as possible for them.
I love that.
I'm putting together these styled looks and outfits and stories, and they all no. Okay, the box is ready. I send them the label and they ship it back. The Little Red package was always positioned to help busy moms. And
yes.
busy kids.
And you love your clients so much. I mean, you're such a person of service anyway. And please share a little bit what you've done to team up with the chef in your community to feed the healthcare workers. And by the way, if you're with us on Facebook, you can also jump onto Instagram because you can meet Mindy live there. She's got her super cool Seth Godin glasses. You don't want to miss this. So come on over to Instagram if you're on Facebook, and we'll see you over there. Hi, Joanne. So yeah, tell us a bit about what you're doing to give back in your community.
Street Market, and she was helping me shoot the IGTV videos out of the kindness of her heart. She was going crazy though. She's like me. She jumps in. She likes action. She likes to help. She can't just sit there. She goes, I want to feed these doctors. I want to feed these hospitals. How do I do this? I'm like, well, then let's feed them. I mean, it was as simple as that. I knew of a guy named John who was dealing with Dugal printers. They're creating. They've turned their factory into a mask making factory. They make the shields on the plexiglass.
Oh wow! Also in Brooklyn?
Yeah, Dugal Printers is in New York. They're famous in the fashion industry for doing photographs and plexi and framing.
Oh.
They're doing the plexi. They've done 30. They do 30,000 in a day.
Oh my God, that's incredible.
So he and his buddies were night riders on motorcycles. They were delivering the masks to the doctors.
Incredible.
The hospitals. So I saw his story on Instagram. I DM'd him. I haven't spoken to him in 5 years. I was like, John, I want to help. I have a friend who's a chef. We want to feed these guys. How do we do this? He put me crazy. But then one woman who was at Cornell Medical, and she was coordinating all of the hardest hit the hospitals in Queens. And I said, you know what? Let's make this easy. We get them one meal a day, 5 days a week, in an area that we can deliver to. And there were 4 hospitals: Elmhurst, Jamaica, Queens Hospital Center.
This is amazing, Mindy. What I love about this is it's like ask a busy working mom, right? You're a busy working single mom with your own company that you have to protect, but you're like, I'm going to feed all these people 5 days a week. That's so cool.
So I gave, and this, the credit goes to NAR, because then she turned her kitchen into a hot meal service. She brought her team in because they were all out of.
I love that. And we're running out of time. So can you share the GoFundMe in case people want to support you?
Yeah, the link is on my bio. It's if you're on Instagram, I'm the Little Red Planet _shop, and in my bio is the GoFundMe link. It's for the Chef's Agency. Our goal is 25,000. I think we've raised 10.
Fantastic. Yeah, I made a contribution last week and posted it because that's so important to protect the healthcare workers.
Share, because I realize people can't. You can share $5. I mean, $10 will feed one person.
Yes.
Right?
Well, and also we know, Mindy, that even though there's government help coming, it is not here yet. Certainly not for the small business owners. We spend hours on the phone with banks. I have, I'm sure you have. Who knows when that money's coming, right? So the fact that you took action into your own hands is so cool. And you're inspiring everybody here. I don't know if you're seeing the comments, but people are like, that's amazing, and what great energy you have.
No, it's been going well. You can follow the stories on the Chef's Agency, and I post them in my stories. You know, I'm vacillating between trying to promote my own business and try to promote this cause, but it's happening. She's doing it. The meals are going out. There's a team in place.
I love it.
They are so grateful. Elmhurst is down to like 25 people. I mean, it's bad. The doctors are falling ill.
I can only imagine. So the least we can do is make sure that they're getting fed properly. And so thank you for taking action. I'm going to sum up for everybody because, there are people who joined on late. So if you want to get the amazing lessons from Mindy Smith today, she is the CEO of Little Red Planet in Williamsburg. And you're just going to have to sit here while I say nice things about you. So just deal with it. So I know this is not your forte. I know. So when the coronavirus hit, Mindy decided to activate this program that she'd been thinking about for a while, which was to send packages of clothing to people's homes for their kids that she would hand curate. And even though it wasn't ready, and even though it wasn't perfect, she got it out. And this is what we're encouraging people to do right now, is just pivot quickly. Pivot, plan, and problem solve is what we're telling everyone to do in our community, because we don't know when the government money is going to come, and we're entrepreneurs. And so we just need to, get moving. And then she talked to her customers and figured out, how can I make this better? How can I serve you more deeply? And she kept tweaking it. So she's selling a lot of those consignment boxes, but she's also using this time to strengthen the infrastructure of her business, her point of sale, her website. Have you looked at your website recently and thought about what's the experience like for a customer? Can they easily find my best products and services? Maybe grab a few of your favorite customers like Mindy did and say, hey, will you test this out for me? People are bored. People are looking for stuff to do. They'd be happy to help you right now. She also reached out to people in her client base who have large followings on Instagram and Facebook and asked them if they would do a post, do a little video about her clothing, and sent them clothing for their kids for free, and they were all delighted to do it. Usually influencers charge, up to $20,000, $100,000 to do things like that. And right now people might be willing to do it just out of the goodness of their heart or as a thank you for some free stuff. So those are just some of the things Mindy's doing. And then she also teamed up with another local entrepreneur, a chef, and they are feeding healthcare workers and doctors in Queens who are in some of the hardest hit neighborhoods. If you want to support her and that effort, please join me in supporting her. Just go to her Instagram, which is Little Red Planet, and she's got a link in the bio, and you can give even $5, $10, $100 to help keep these doctors fed. So, and nurses and healthcare workers, of course. So, Mindy, thank you so much for sharing your story. It was so awesome to have you on here today.
I had no intention of going of anyone seeing this.
Well, you look fab, and I love whatever mask you did. You're glowing, so keep it going. And thank you for sharing all that. I love it. Well, this was a big favor to everybody watching, because I got to tell you, there are a lot of women in our community who have not yet, done all the things you're doing. And so just hearing how someone else did it.
I just want to say that some days I was in my bed till 10 a.m. and I just didn't want to get out today. And it hits us all at different days and different times.
So true.
It's scary and it's really easy to fold into that. Like my girlfriend was like, God, man, one day you were calling me crying, the next day you're helping these people in the hospitals. Like for me, that's the way to get out of it is what can I do? There's
Absolutely.
all sorts of things right now going on.
That's so true. And so there are so many ways to help, right? You can make masks, you can raise money for food like Mindy's doing. You can also call
donate to a cause or donate your time.
That's right.
It's hard to donate time. It really is because we can't all congregate.
Right. Well, I love all the things you're doing. I'm cheering you on from my current mode here in Connecticut, but hopefully soon to be back in New York right alongside you.
Squad looks good, Julia.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm working on it. All right, my dear. It's so great to see you today. Thanks for coming on. Have a great day. Bye, Mindy. Take care. I love getting to spend time with all of you through CEO Check-In. Thanks so much for sharing your story, Mindy. And if there's anything Mindy's doing that you're like, I wonder if I could do that, feel free to reach out to us at Million Dollar Women. Maddie, my chief of staff, who's amazing, who I miss, is fielding emails from everyone in our community. We have a lot of free resources that we can send you. We have a whole Google folder with marketing ideas and response to COVID-19 and how you can protect your business. So just email Maddie at juliapim.com, MADDY at juliapim.com if you want in on that folder. And in the meanwhile, before we jump off, today is the last day to get your ticket at a highly reduced price for the Million Dollar Women Summit. We're 1 week away. We are closing registration on Tuesday, and we expect to sell out. We already have over 160 women registered for our 4th annual Million Dollar Women Summit. We are so excited. It's going to be an amazing evening and full day of speakers and keynotes and a pitch competition, breakout sessions. So if you are a female founder, there's nowhere else you should be on April 24th than with us. And we kick it off on the 23rd. So check out mdwsummit.org. Thank you, Breathe with Sheena, for saying the Google folder is amazing. We've been trying to keep it updated and add new things to it. And if you're on this call and you have resources you think could help the small business owners in our community, women like Mindy, who are all over the country trying to protect their businesses, pivot, plan, and problem solve as fast as they can, please share them with us so we can send them out to other people. Hi, Rabia. Great to have you with us. Have a wonderful rest of day. It's Wednesday. We're halfway through the week. I will see you right back here on Friday. And I look forward to seeing all of you who are female founders next week at the Million Dollar Women Summit. Have an awesome day and take good care. Stay healthy.